ladybug. We got her hair done. They matched her collar. They gave her earrings to match her Harley Davidson collar.
She is sweet.
Hi, girlfriend. Hi. Oh, she went and let you pet her.
It's like the coolest shop dog I've ever seen, Rick.
She's cool. I like her.
This is Rick from
Adrenaline Service and Dyno Tune.
Okay, Adrenaline Service and Dyno Tune. What are you showing me? Is that you and your kid?
That's my son and my grandson.
Right on. So he's a gun guy.
Yes, big time.
Awesome.
We love guns.
And motorcycles.
Gun and horsepower. Anything with horsepower. But I love bikes. Bikes and guns.
Well said. All right, here's what we're talking about, guys. New bike in the Nut and Fancy project, KTM 1190. New bike in the Nut and Fancy project, KTM 1190. This one only has about 1,200 miles on it. It has an Akropovic exhaust installed by the dealer with an EU map on it installed by the dealer. No other mods.
Oh, the odometer is 1196.
Okay, so 1,196 miles is all. It's already gone out in the desert doing gear tests.
2-up
with TMP.
Sport mode.
So we're in 2-up sport mode. And unlike every other dyno video you see on YouTube, we're actually going to explain what's going on here. And it's going to be filmed by a high quality camera and not be 30 seconds long. So 150 horsepower motor is what KTM puts in this. They say we're at high altitude, about 4,300 feet elevation. I would expect maybe high 120s, low 130s. Rick, what do you think?
I'm scared to comment on what they are. You get what you get. You don't throw a fit, because I've seen dealers sell these for a lot more horsepower and torque, and they're not.
Okay, do you think the numbers we got out here, and here they are, for his runs without the camera on, are decent for this bike?
I don't know. I'd have to have another one next to it and compare it. You have to start comparing them, because they're comparing them where? Are they comparing them in a different country? Are they doing them? How are they doing it? And the dyno compensates for crank and tire and all that, so they can't be saying this is crank horsepower. This is what it is.
I don't know. I'm disappointed. And what brought me to seek out Rick and his dyno is it just felt slow. I mean, I have a lot of bike experience. I'm running Hayabusas, FC1s. I've ran Multistradas, and the 1190 just seemed like it was not performing the way they sell it.
I've done another KTM too, and when I got on it without letting the drum catch up, it smoked the tire. This one don't do that.
Really? So it could be an issue with this bike.
It could be an issue.
The motor could be an issue.
Because it kind of freaked me out when it's been a year.
Was it the same model of KTM, or was it a street bike? Do you remember?
No, they're all just KTMs to me. But yeah, it was the dirt bike style.
But you did tell me that off camera. You said I tested one like this and it scared me how fast it was. There could be something wrong with this bike.
This one doesn't. Let me grab these papers. I'll be right back inside.
So we're gonna run it again on camera, see what we can get dyno wise. Again, sport mode. 2-up is the damping mode here. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm super disappointed in the numbers produced here. I'm not expecting 150, even at altitude, but like I said, high 120s would be good. Jeez. Come on, man, open up. Ready to go run it again? Run it again? All right, let's go see what it does. I'm pretty bummed. I'm gonna run it for a third time. KTM 1190 for dyno. This is Rick. From what I know about him, he's got a lot of experience doing this. So this is not his first circus. This should be producing a lot better numbers. It's gonna get real loud, so if there's something I need to say, I'll just annotate it. I haven't found any other dyno test on 1190 online, at least video form. This is what our settings again.
And we're just going to do a regular run through the gears right now.
Okay.
Just to warm it up.
Rick did say it seemed really high geared to him, which is good and bad.
It is what it is, and it's going to stay in there, and you can try to fake it to make it, but that's what it is, for sure. Can't change it without doing tuning. And tuning, I could see I could lean it out and play with some stuff, but...
Did you say you heard something in the motor, or not sure?
I think it was a chain rattling down there.
Just
Did
a
you hear
chain.
it?
Yeah, I did.
I just wanted to make sure.
But off camera, he told me, he's like, I heard something, and...
Yeah, and I think it was a chain after looking.
Yeah.
And that time, because I secured this up from rattling, made sure nothing's loose.
To hit air leash.
Make sure everything was good.
So,
we're identical from hours apart of tuning them, so
yeah.
Or from running it. So I know it keeps you hopes that things can just turn tits up.
Okay, so by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, there is a Unifiltire on this because of the huge airbox problem that persists in the KTM 1190, allowing dust to get into the motor. That's totally chronicled on the internet. You can look it up. But running in the desert like this bike does, it needs it. Does that change an AFR? They say it doesn't. I talked to KTM twins in San Francisco, and they said that it should be flow through.
Well, as long as it gets in and the more plugged, it's going to change AFR. It's just logic.
It would seem like it, right?
Yeah, you can take the K&N. Actually, we should do a K&N demo and show
well,
people what
if it was an easy swap to get that off, I'd do it. But I got to pull all the
got a
fairings
demo
off,
machine.
lift the tank. Huh?
I got a demo machine.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
And it shows exactly what's happening.
Yeah, how when it breathes better, what happens.
Yep. With a ping pong ball. And it shows the flow.
Yeah.
Every time you alter something. But this one runs pretty good, but it's not hitting the numbers they're saying. 50 more horsepower is a flipping lot. It should scream. It should be ungodly. 50.
I totally agree.
You should feel that in the seat of your pants so much. Not even funny.
Agree. This rides like the VStrom, pretty much. I just came off of VStrom to this. Pretty similar. A little bit faster.
Rides like a Repsol or, one of those V-twin Hondas.
Yeah, it should. It should. Like I was telling you, the Multistrada that I run, dude, that thing's scary fast. You put that in a sport mode, hang on. Things are going to get scary real quick. This bike is not scary. There might be something wrong with it, and now I've got to take it up with KTM America, and go through all that rigmarole.
Because this one just don't freak me out like I was expecting. I've done a couple of KTMs, and this one is probably by far one I'm not happy with. And I'm not saying it because we're filming it.
I know.
We film them all.
You seem like a straight up dude.
I don't post them, but the customers post them. And I think
so
that's
106 cool. Rear wheel is what we're getting out of the KTM 1190 after 4 pulls. Akropovic EU map Unifiltire, 1,150 miles on the bike. So break-in is complete. And that's putting it all the way up to, what'd you say, 10,000 RPM is where you went with it?
Yep, we bounced it off the rev limiter. I always bounce them off when I'm doing horsepower.
Do you see a lot of guys talking smack about how much power their bikes produce?
All the time. Everybody's internet read. If you don't believe, the internet says Tom Cruise is gay. I didn't know that until I read it on the internet.
If it's on the internet, it's got to be true, right?
Got to be true, but you're filming live data right here.
No BS, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. You get what you get and don't throw a fit because it's right here live.
And no,
and we're not talking about what it is. We're showing. Big difference.
I would like nothing better than to brag how much power it has.
Right.
Especially since we're making payments on this. Huh.
Knowing exactly what it is makes a difference.
Sucks. Sucks.
Here's an 883.
What do we tell them exactly what we're looking at? What kind of bike? What is
let me
this?
drag these numbers over.
Because it won't make sense to them.
So an 883 Harley Davidson Sportster only goes to 5,000 RPM, 55, right here. And the numbers that we got for the 883 was 78 horsepower, 79 foot-pounds of torque. And then when we look at the speeds versus a KTM, almost identical. So the 883 Sportster's keeping up with the KTM shouldn't happen.
Agree.
Should not
Well
happen.
said, Rick.
Even though the 883's built float heads, bigger pistons, but you're talking 106.40 on the KTM
It's total
and
shit.
106.32 on the 883. He's going to grab another gear and eat your lunch. Might as well build a Sportster. Now, Evel Knievel, that might explain why he chose it.
If you haven't figured
That
out,
was
he's
just
a
a
Harley
funny-
guy.
No, I like them all. No, I really do.
Yeah, but what do you ride?
Well, I grew up riding.
What do you ride right now?
Harley.
Okay, you're a Harley guy. You're a Harley guy.
But I love
Nothing
all the
wrong with
bikes.
that.
I love all the bikes.
Roger
I really
that.
do.
I'm the same way. I think all bikes are cool. I'm really disappointed in this one though. It's we're gonna have to
Me
do something
too.
about this.
I'm bummed. I was expecting something a lot greater.
So bought it from Edge Power Sports in Draper, Utah. We'll see what they do, how they interface with KTM America.
Yeah, we're not knocking Edge because
We're not. I'm not knocking them. I love those guys.
And they'll do everything they can. It's like they can't do much about the physics of life either. But this could, you know, when you start looking at everything, why are they saying it hits this number and it don't? That's
Yeah.
the bumming part. That's what bums me out.
Yep.
They shouldn't claim that it's hitting 150. Even if it was 135 or 138 on a detuned bike. Okay, I'll give them that. But out of the box, if they're stating 150 and we're getting 100, not good.
And I don't know if they specifically state 150, but that's in the specifications somewhere that it's a 150 horsepower motor, I think. So, you know, if the game they'll play is like, well, different altitude, different setup. We never guarantee the bike will perform in certain ways.
And
They're going to play the excuse
compensates
game.
for that.
You know,
So,
the excuse game.
Dyno compensates for all that, and we should still see.
Like you say, the lies
Something.
stop here, right?
Yeah,
The BS stops here on the dyno. It is what it is. 4 runs.
It's what it is.
You know, in the dirt, this bike blows away a lot of others. I mean, better suspension travel, center stand, multiple modes. It can take heavy weights, which is a huge reason I changed the 1190. Usually it's carrying about 100 pounds of gun and ammunition on the back there. Knives, axes and stuff. But damn, son, it should be putting out some more power than that. My seat of the pants did not lie then.
It didn't.
Is there something weird with the bike?
It's funny because I get customers that come in and they'll feel something and I'll fix it. And it doesn't lie. They can tell me they got a problem. I'll see it on the dyno. I'll fix it. They'll come back and say, thanks, you fixed it.
They know
That's
their
what
bike.
I'm after.
They
Yeah.
know their bike.
Yeah, and I don't chase these numbers. But that's 50, 45 horsepower that's
Loss.
deceiving. And I just don't see it. Everybody sees tires up. It is what it is. The bike's 1,100 miles.
If there's anything we could do to improve it, test-wise, I would be doing it
The
right
only-
now.
Yeah, so would I, to bump it.
We want it
But
to
look
do
right
good.
here.
Trust me.
See, I could change air-fuel ratio right here and air-fuel ratio right here. And see how they're richening it up? Leans mean we might be able to lean it out if we had power over it. If we hooked a Power Commander 5 up to it and manipulated it,
Yeah.
I could probably get a lot. If I get 10, that's a grand slam.
But
Yeah.
see, I don't want a Power Commander this thing. It should be good to go out of the box. It's a lot more money and a lot more time. You'd have to tune it. It should work.
Yeah.
This is a KTM issue. This is not, this should be just fixed.
Yeah, and the fuel line, why are they running so rich right here?
Tell guys what the blue line represents, what the red line represents.
Two different runs. The blue line is our first test, 6, run 6.
Mm-hmm.
Our red line is 8, run 8. But we want to try to be consistent. That's why I do them that way. And you can see they are consistent. So the bike's really consistent. That's a good thing. If the bike wasn't consistent, we'd have...
Then there's something going on with
then we would be
mechanically with the
saying,
bike.
Yeah, then we'd start looking at other
The
things.
question is what to look at.
Right now, all we can do is change fuel and timing. If we can manipulate that, we could get more out of it.
But if you're tearing this bike apart, what would you look at as a mechanic? I think the motor sounds strong. I don't detect anything wrong with the motor. Is it the ECU and
I just-
AFR?
You know, the only thing I could do is start playing with timing. Because out of the box, they gotta make it so it's EPA.
You know what would be nice is test another 1190.
Yeah.
So I get a hold of another 1190 stock and we run that and see what it does.
And I would do that, and I wouldn't charge you.
If I can get a hold of one, we'll do it. Maybe Edge can loan me one. He's got one. He's got a test driving one.
He might.
Because this is going to be a big issue.
Have him bring it down.
I'll freaking test drive it down here.
Yeah.
We'll lock it up.
Yeah. We should tell him though, in case something happens. He knows. But I mean, it's for his things too. Then he's not talking shit. He talks to customers. He's going, this is what it is. This is what we get.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with them. And a lot of people post a lot of stuff. But this is for real. This is
reality.
This is reality.
It's no internet BS.
And even though this is going to go on the internet, you guys seen it run.
No tricks, no deceptions. We want the bike to do well. That's a Baja Designs Squadron Pro I mounted on there. It rocks.
Yeah, and
came out of the desert last night on this thing, actually. 200-mile ride.
And with it being richer, it's going to run cooler. And KTM might be doing that for the reason. Because you get lean, you get mean, you get more power, but you're also running that threshold of heat.
Interesting.
So right here is going to keep it cool, keep the valves cool.
Well, they also have a heating issue with 1190. Guys complain about all the heat coming through the seat. I wonder if that's what they did, is detuned it for that.
That would help. Flood it with fuel. Put a colder plug in it. Actually, we could probably put a colder plug in it and make it run better.
Let's talk to the dealer first
Dump fuel.
before we do anything.
There's so many tricks. I shouldn't be telling you all my tricks.
But we didn't do any of those on this run. So it's as I drove it into you, true or false.
It is what it is. It's right up on the dyno, and it is what it is.
All right, nipples, KTM 1190.
Tits up.
I don't know, guys. It is what it is. Like Rick's saying, real disappointed. This bike should be hauling fast for the money that they charge for it. I mean, if you're going to run a bike this power level, geez, run a Tiger 800, run a VStrom for half the price of this bike. I may update you on it. We'll see. Done Fancy Project, signing off from Adrenaline Service Dyno Tune. No, he didn't do this for free. I paid him. TMP paid him. Out.